Hello angels, and welcome to part 2 for the week of February 6th. I hope that everyone enjoyed this last full moon and is coming out feeling better, maybe like you had a good release. Definitely a little crazy for me. We were traveling, so I was not really expecting nothing to happen or people to not be a little unhinged, but I did sprain my ankle doing a half marathon, so that was pretty interesting. All in all, it's gonna be fine. I just need to rest up this week. So anyways, I hope that the weekend was better for you, and looking forward to sharing this week's readings with you. So this is going to be part 2, like I said. So this is going to have Libra through Pisces. If you're looking for the other signs, be sure to go back and check out part 1 on my page. You can watch for either your rising or your sun sign or both. I honestly would recommend both, and then just taking what resonates for you, since these are general readings. If you do want to book your own one-on-one video call or reading, you could check out my website and see how to purchase those, or my Instagram, which has a ton of information on it. As always, if you like what I do, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna have to rest up and elevate this ankle after this, I'll tell you that. Okay, first up, Libra. Let's see what guidance and messages Spirit has for Libra this week. What does Libra need to know for the week ahead? One more. We had a lot of heavy hitter cards first video too, so I'm so curious if they come up again. Okay. We have 3, recognition and reward. Libra, I feel that you've been feeling, I hate to say taken advantage of, but just totally not appreciated for a while too. This isn't new this week, but overall you haven't really felt that people have been showing up for you in the way that you would like. You're kind of in victim mode, where you're just why are these things happening to me? Why the fuck am I going through this? Why am I in these dynamics? What am I doing wrong? And this week I feel like you're going to be getting either an apology from someone or a recognition from someone that you weren't necessarily expecting. For some of you, this could also be new people coming into your space who are more appreciative of you and appreciative of what you put out there and willing to be reciprocal to you. So it's going to be very important this week when those people come forward that you let them in. So we also have 10 Destiny card, Libra. It's going to be, like I said, important for you to let that love in. If people are willing to give to you, you need to accept that love, right? Instead of looking for the same people that have let you down to give it to you. If it's not happening, you need to accept it from someone else, okay? And you have 12 sacrifice cards, so all about letting go of the past. What are you willing to sacrifice to create space to allow new things in your experience? What can you let go of this week? What are you so tired of holding on to? I feel like it's like holding your hand over a fire. You are at this point almost comfortable with being uncomfortable, that you're allowing it to go on longer and longer and longer than you should, I'm hearing. So it's time to pull your hand away from the fire. Then we have 9, material harvest, beautiful card, coming into a lump sum of money, maybe getting an unexpected check. I would love this card. This is nice. Just maybe some of you getting a raise, like I said, a bonus. Maybe you got a sweet ass tax return. I don't know, but coming into a little bit of money that's going to ease your worries, Libra. That's nice, huh? Okay, and then we have Scorpio. Let's see what Spirit has for Scorpio this week. What guidance and messages does our Scorpio need to get through the week ahead? All right, Scorpio. This video is so brown. My hair is brown, my shirt's brown, my divider's brown, my eyes are brown. Anyways, nobody cares. Okay, Scorpio. Ooh, tiny split, What's going on? Third eye chakra, Scorpio. Is there some like sketchy ass motherfucker in your corner? I feel like you're being deceived a little bit, Scorpio. Let me pull another one. 18 shadow card. Maybe you're deceiving yourself. There is a situation with a person. This could be, I'm hearing friend more than anything. Friend, coworker, not really seeing familial, but you know, go with the first person that kind of comes up in your head. So I feel like there's been some deceit there, and maybe even personal deceit, right? You're like wanting something different from this person, or you've maybe had your rose-colored glasses on toward this person, and you're now beginning to see kind of the reality of who they are, and maybe looking into your own timeline and figuring out like why you were blind to these things, where in the past you might have accepted particular behavior that you're really not willing to accept anymore, Scorpio. That's something to definitely look into, right? And then we have 6 moving on. So this relationship I do see coming to an end, you pulling away from it. If it is somebody that unfortunately you can't like get away from, you know, this could be like if you're like have a coworker that you're close to and you're wanting to end that friendship, maybe still to work with them, or like a family member you're energetically pulling away from, but you're still gonna have to see them type thing. So just doing what you can to move away energetically from this person, have acceptance for the situation, have acceptance for, you know, that it wasn't all bad, like you had good times with them. They definitely serve their purpose as a catalyst in your life, and vice versa, right? Then you have 3, rejoice and celebration. So I feel like you're like really stressing losing this connection, but at the same time, you have so many other people that are still able to support and show up for you. So this person might have been somebody who was a support for you emotionally at one point, and now you're moving away from that, and that's why it's so uncomfortable. But just know that Spirit has your back, that you have people that are supportive of you still, and you don't, like, it's almost doing a disservice to you and this person to continue to hold on when you know that energetically it's kind of draining to you. It doesn't feel that great. I mean, life is short. Like, do not cling on to something just because you have been, right? Just because it has a history, just because you've known this person for a while. If you have been feeling this drain for quite some time, if you have been feeling energetically not aligned for quite some time, and I don't really see, like I said, I don't really see this as like a strict severance, like no contact type thing. For some of you it might be, but like I said, it's more of like a pulling back, reclaiming your energy, reclaiming your power. Nice. All right, next up we have Sagittarius. Let's see what Spirit has for Sagittarius this week. What guidance, what messages Sagittarius may need. All right, Daddy Sag. We got, oh, my stomach feels weird. 9, material harvest, Sag. Okay, so I feel like you've had some financial worries as of late that are kind of clearing up for you. Maybe you're just like getting more of an equilibrium in work and figuring out, you know, time, energy of money, what you need to be doing to adjust things business-wise, what's working, what's not. Then you have 6, material and spiritual prosperity. So like, really? If you've been worrying about money, excuse me, I'm like hiccuping. My stomach is definitely reacting here. I feel like you're carrying a lot of this stress financially in your stomach. So you might be having heartburn or hiccups or just like upset stomach, maybe diarrhea. I sound like a fucking Pepto-Bismol ad, but your digestive tract is not happy. So that's definitely something I would pay attention to physically, as well as obviously the mental and emotional component. But, you know, eat things that are a little more gentle on your food. I feel like you're eating things that aren't that good for you right now because you're a little bit stressed. So you might be indulging in some things that you know you're reacting to and you're like, oh, I should probably cut back on this, or oh, I should probably cut it out, but you're like not doing it. Sag is only going to help you, right? Your body, you get one body. What you put into it is so influential. And then both of these have our yellow solar plexus highlighted as well. So stomach is coming up for me. Really, really be nice to your stomach. Drink and eat soothing things that are healing and nurturing to your body. Try to cut out anything processed this week. It's just going to help you have a more clear mind and a clear emotional state. Then you have 7, stand your ground. So like I said, and my digestive tract is still acting up. Like you might have a situation this week where you do have to make some really big choices. And this is, again, coming up career-wise for me. So make some really big choices and do what you need to do to make more money, to be secure and firm in your material foundation. So this isn't just like, this material harvest isn't just coming out of nowhere. It's because of the changes and movements that you're integrating, Sag, okay? Then we have 8, trapped in fear. So fear and your mind are really taking a fucking toll on you right now. And a big reason why you're being held back. Also, again, the yellow glow of our solar plexus. So let's look at these narratives that we have. Let's look at the stories you're telling yourself about why you can't do X, Y, Z, what that says about you, and do you hold those beliefs about other people that are doing those things, or have you just absorbed them somewhere along the road, and are they really serving you? You could be anyone you want to be. So definitely make sure you're not holding yourself back there. Okay, next up we have Capricorn. Let's see what Spirit has for Capricorn this week. What guidance and messages does Capricorn need? All right, Cap Daddy. Cap. Ooh, 2 spiritual union. I like it. Okay, you are really diving deeper in a lot of your relationships, opening up in a lot of your relationships. You are having some difficult conversations this week even. Then we have suffering in silence. So be sure that you're not holding back how you feel. I feel like there's this tendency to be like, oh, I'm just being emotional, or I haven't eaten, or I slept bad, that's why I'm emotional. Like, you're constantly rationalizing your feelings when they're literally just feelings that are meant to be felt and move through and move on. Like, we don't have to create stories about them. So figure out, or, try to sit with why you feel you need to have, or be like constantly rationalizing yourself out of a feeling and emotion that's coming up for you. And if you really do have the space or spaces where you can just show up authentically and have people hold space for you emotionally, because I'm sensing that you do, and maybe growing up you didn't have that, right? You didn't have, I'm seeing father wound, so father aspect, a supportive aspect, and where you could express these feelings and they could be understood and you could be supported. So now instead you rationalize your way out of them. You're like, this is fine, this isn't necessary. Like, you having issues kind of, not being in this super intense doing energy all the time. Then we have our 12 sacrifice. So what things are you willing to let go of from the past? What mindsets are no longer serving you? Why do you feel you cannot be just emotional without having to analyze the fuck out of every emotion that comes out of you, Cap? Like, literally just let it happen. It doesn't really matter. I hate to say it doesn't really matter, because, like, to an extent, our feelings are valid, right? Having emotions and feelings is an indicator something is wrong, or there's something that needs to be balanced for us, or indication of where our values are misaligned. But it's also not necessarily reality, right? So allow them to come up, allow them to be in your existence, because you don't want to hold on to them and repress them. But I feel like you're giving too much weight of having to, like, dissect and figure out what every emotion means for you. That's all I keep hearing. Then we have conflict and defeat. So just letting your mind really get the best of you lately, really doing a number on yourself. So be kind to yourself this week, Cap. Just be really mindful of the things you're saying to yourself. Like I said, be more nurturing and loving to yourself. Think of that like Cancerian mother energy. How can you nurture and love yourself like you nurture and love other people? Because I know you do. I know you can do it. Okay. Next up, we have Aquarius. Let's see what guidance and messages Aquarius needs this week. What does our little Aquarius got going on? Ooh, that one flew out. Emotional loss. Nasty. Aquarius. You be grieving some things. Looks a little different for some of you. Some of you it's people, some of you it's places. Just like figuring out where you land next in life, feeling uncertain, feeling unsure about where things are headed. Then you also have 5 material and financial changes. Again, this card is coming up as another 5 also in your spread. So this is usually having some sort of money setback or loss. And, Spirit is saying this is not forever for you. You will be moving forward. You will be coming back into money. You will be stable again with money. And to not let this get the best of you. Instead, try to look at what could you have done differently if you could at all, right? And know that not everything is about money. Not everything is about material possessions. You're still in a good position, I'm hearing. So you still have a roof over your head. You're still able to eat and pay your bills and do XYZ. You might just be very tight and having to think about money way more, but you still have the things that you need. So remind yourself that things could be much worse, that you are actually okay in this present moment, and it's only going to get better for you from here on out. 14, patience. That just confirms that you've planted the seeds. You've taken the actions that you've needed to take to get yourself into a better situation. And now you have to wait. You can't just plant a seed and dig it up every 3 seconds, right? Plant that seed and you be patient and you let that bitch grow. So that's what you need to do, Aquarius. You need to trust and have faith. Oh, 1 and 4 together makes 5. So that's, in my opinion, 5 out of 5. All right, let's see one more. 7, stand your ground. Seeing kind of some complications with family, some aggression, some unspoken words here. So just really to be mindful of the things that you're not saying, I feel are building up for you. You're worried about coming off too aggressive or assertive around particular people and damaging relationships, but there are things that need to be expressed, and there's a way to do so without, being nasty or just hurtful to people around you. So make sure that you're not being too passive. Make sure that you're actually speaking for what you need to speak on. Okay, Sag. I just said Sag. That was totally Aquarius. What the hell? All right. Anyways, last but not least, we have Pisces. Let's see what Spirit has for Pisces this week. What guidance and messages does our Pisces need? Pisces. All right. Pisces, we have 6 Harmony card. I love it. I feel like you're just a mushy motherfucker lately. You're really feeling so much love. If you're in a relationship, if you're single, you're feeling an outpouring of love from the people around you. This doesn't have to be romantic, could be friends, family. You're just feeling really supported, and your heart space has really evolved and opened up a lot in this past year, which I don't know that you were anticipating for yourself. Then I'm also getting this 4 Authority card. So let me pull another one and kind of see what this is all about. And your 1 love begins. Interesting. So for Authority, I'm feeling the codependency is coming forward for me. So to really be mindful that yes, you're in this loving space and you are feeling so good by the people around you. You feel so supported. But there is a little bit of not speaking up or doing all the things that you really want to do because you're just wanting to spend so much time with these people who are good to you and loving on you. And I think that's because you haven't necessarily always felt that your whole life. You haven't really always felt very supported. You haven't really always felt very loved in the ways that you wanted to. And now that you have it, it's almost this cling of, I don't want to let this go. I don't want to let this slip by. I'm going to do everything I can to keep it. But you're almost bridging on the edge of codependency with that, having to cling so tight to it. You already have it, okay? So Authority card is be disciplined with yourself, be realistic with yourself. You still need to live life for yourself. We have this yellow solar plexus ring. You don't want to give up your identity fully. You are deserving of love. And these situations with these people are showing you that you can have this, that this is something that can be your norm, right? You don't have to cling so tight to it, especially with 1 love begins. This is an outpouring of love, even for yourself. So it's really this week about realizing that you're getting this love because it's what you're putting out there, okay? And it's not going to run away from you. You're not going to lose it, okay? You don't have to cling so tightly. Conflict and defeat. There will be a conflict around you feeling, like I said, that you are giving so much and it's going to start to drain you. So if you feel like you're being drained by always giving your attention to things that you don't necessarily want to give your attention to, be really mindful of that. Ask yourself, like, well, what am I doing here that I could be doing differently, right? Like, why do I feel this obligation to show up in a particular way all the time? And is that really necessary? Am I really feeling fully balanced, right? Overall, not like big problems. You know, I don't know. I don't want to make this sound like more of a problem than it is, because I'm really hearing from Spirit. It's not a big problem. It's just something to be mindful of. But things will definitely balance out for you, Pisces. Great. So that was part 2 for this week's readings. As always, if you like what I do, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Instagram and website for information on booking your own readings. And I will see y'all next week. Have a great rest of your week.